Thank you very much, and thank you so much for the opportunity to address this audience in this conference, I think, dedicated to a subject that we would all like to know more about, that is, what is going to happen in 2024. I must tell you, I'm having enough trouble getting through 2023. I guess we only have a few more weeks, and assuming we get through those, then I think I'll turn my attention to 2024. There's no question at all that 2024 will be a very complex year. And the outcome of it, I think, will depend on a lot of factors. It's kind of rare to have a diplomat quote or paraphrase William Shakespeare, but I'll do it anyway. Our destiny in 2024 does not lie in the stars, it lies with us. It lies with all of us. It lies with the choices that we're all going to make. I think the 2024 will be a momentous year for many countries, including my own. For those of you who don't know, we have an election every 4 years. So we'll see how that goes. But let me just say that for Serbia especially, I think 2024 is a very important year. And for Serbs, all Serbs, to understand that their destiny does not lie in the stars, but nor does it lie in Washington or in Brussels or even in Beijing. The destiny of Serbia lies with Serbs, and I think this is a time when Serbs need to think very hard about what it wants to do in this coming year. I've just come from a visit to Brussels. I can report it was cloudy and rainy in Brussels, but actually from the perspective of Brussels, of the European Union, looking at further expansion, it was quite something new for me. It is very real what is going on today as people have talked about European Union enlargement. I know for many people they've heard that for many years, but I think in 2024 this will be a very, very important year for those who want to see further enlargement and want to see Serbia in a different place from where it has been. Now, it is customary for American diplomats always to stand up and to welcome anybody, anywhere, a membership in the European Union. That is not our job. It may be our feeling about these things, but if Serbia wants to join the European Union, its destiny is with itself. What does Serbia have to do? Well, there are a lot of things, and they will be pointed out to Serbs on what they have to do. I think in being in Brussels for a few days, I learned a couple of very important things. One, Brussels would welcome Serbia as an eventual member of the European Union to go through this phased process, which after all involves a very important phase, which would be one of the first phases, that is the phase of joining a single market. My sense being in Brussels was there was a lot of goodwill. At the same time, it was very clear that people expect that when a country enters the European Union, they try to address their problems and try to solve those problems before they enter. Because no organization, neither the European Union or any other organization, wants to have more problems. They want to have more members. They want to have more solutions, not necessarily more problems. So that is going to require a lot of work. Fortunately, I think Serbia has help in this regard. I think the European Union, what is known as the Brussels dialogue, has all the elements on the table that really need to be addressed. And I think this can be done. It's not going to be easy. There's a lot of give and take, but I am convinced that there is a real opportunity to get this Brussels dialogue moving in the coming months. And I really do believe that 2024 can be a very important year for Serbia in terms of addressing some of these regional issues. Now, of course, the Brussels dialogue deals only with the issue of Belgrade and Pristina. And what I think everyone should want to see is a broader addressing of the overall problems of the region, not just of Pristina and Belgrade. And here, I know Serbia has worked over the years on something called Open Balkans. There are other models for this type of cooperation. We've seen one known as the Berlin process. I really am totally indifferent to what you call this model of regional cooperation. But I must say, it is high time for more cooperation. It is high time to turn these borders into not things that divide peoples, but rather things that join people. So I hope in 2024 there will be much greater effort on these regional solutions and on finding a common language, a capacity to work with each other. This will be, I think, a very great challenge for Serbia as the larger or largest, really, of the Balkan 6 countries. It will be a challenge for Serbia, and frankly, with many great challenges come great responsibilities. And I like to think that Serbia will be up to this, to the responsibilities and challenges to make sure the Balkans is an oasis of peace. There is no question that we face very difficult problems more broadly. In Europe, we have a war that continues to go on, and we can hope, though hope can never be a basis for policy, we can expect and we can work toward a situation where Russia will understand that invading its neighbors doesn't help anybody, least of all Russia. And I hope we can all stay together in being opposed to this terrible, terrible aggression that has taken place right here in Europe. Serbia, I think, has done well to date to work with Ukraine, to be actually closer to Ukraine than it's been in the past. There's a lot of similarities these countries have. They have a lot of history. They know each other well. I hope to see that continue in 2024. Finally, I would like to speak even more broadly as this photograph of planet Earth taken from outer space might suggest. We live in a very fragile Earth. And while Elon Musk may contemplate someday moving to Mars, the rest of us are probably going to have to stay right here on planet Earth. So we need to treat our air with greater respect. We need to treat our water that we drink with greater respect. We need to treat the land between our feet with greater respect. But ultimately, we're going to have to do a much better job of treating each other with greater respect. I think everybody in this world needs to take a little lesson in tone and learn how to talk to others, learn how others think about things, develop a sense of empathy. Empathy can be a learned skill. You're not just born with it. You can learn it. And think, how am I coming across to that person? What do I need to do to make that person understand my point of view? And probably the first thing I need to do is understand that person's point of view. So let us resolve as we face this critical year in 2024 that not only will we treat the Earth better, but we will treat each other much better. Thank you very much.